Okay, so we're going to go over some triangle finishing concepts. There's a lot of different ways to go about this, but there's a whole lot of basic fundamentals involved that can't be ignored, regardless of how you're finishing it. So let's say I got a triangle, and oftentimes, we'll do this punch through type of triangle, or whatever, something maybe I'm here and I set it up this way. Regardless, oftentimes we end up in this not so perfect situation where he's kind of posturing. And I was able to lock my legs and get one arm in, one arm out, but he's already starting to look to the ceiling. So what I need to do here is not just reach for his head, but I need to do like I'm doing a crunch, basically. I've got my legs locked behind his back, and I need to crunch. I need to bring my legs towards my body. And as I bring my legs towards my body, I bring my knees towards my shoulders, I start coming here. Don't just reach for the head itself, but come around, okay? And so now from here, it's still not done. If he's smart, he's gonna be framing right here. But I'm going to be able to finish. I should be able to finish. As long as I don't do anything dumb and screw up my triangle or open up my legs or get it too loose or take my hand off his head again, okay? So he's given me a postured look. I've locked my legs in an imperfect triangle. It's not even a triangle yet. I'm throwing my heels back towards my body, my knees towards my shoulders, and reaching. And so now from here, this is where I can actually start to finish. I need his head and shoulder close together, so I keep my knees pinched together the whole time. All right? So now hand comes to the back of the head, and I keep that posture broken. Hand goes to the choking leg. Let's differentiate. In the perfect triangle, this is the choking leg, this is the locking leg. So, breaking the posture, hand goes to the shin of the choking leg. Don't start grabbing the foot here, just the shin. Foot goes on the hip. Some people put it to the mat. I advise against that. I like foot on the hip instead, knee pinched close to his body, and I get my angle. Now I lock it over. If he's smart, he's still framing right here, that's fine. I'm going to bridge for a second, push that elbow across, and now palm to palm, not just doing this, hands overlapping, but coming here and finishing. We talk about this a lot. As you're finishing a triangle, a lot of people, they have an emphasis on, if you are here, you're not doing the triangle right because you're over the foot. And what you need to do is be over the ankle. And that's an oversimplification of the issue. The issue is that you're leaving space in his body that's inside of your triangle lock. Usually it's his shoulder blade, his trap, his upper back on one side. So if we're here, let's get over here. Say I got this triangle going, I'm doing it on this side now, and I go to lock it up and I get the elbow across, but my lock is over my foot. Let's turn a little bit. See, it's just over my foot here like this. And people are like, oh no, you need to be here. Well, how do I get there? Me just tightening up my triangle by bringing my locking leg closer doesn't really help all that much. What I need to do is get an angle. I'm too square. Hand stays on the back of the head at all times, no matter what. Grab the shin, put the foot on the hip, turn. Now I can lock up that triangle. And what did I do? I took that space right here. Remember we had this space that was open, that was still in our triangle right here? His shoulder, the top of his shoulder blade. This is what I need to cover up. So I covered up by getting that angle, locking it over, and now I'm good to go. So for finishing, I want to bring the top of my foot, my instep, towards the outside of my calf right here, like this. That is the motion that I'm looking for. I'm not just looking to lock this down and squeeze and pull. If your triangle's in, it's in. That's all there is to it. If it's in, and you can be square, and you can pull on the back of the head, and the difference between doing this and this is negligible. But if you really want to get this correctly, you lock it up, all right? And now knees pinch together. And I'm not just putting my knees together, but I'm bringing this leg, the outside of my calf, towards the top of my foot and vice versa. And that's pinching my knees together, and now I can get the finish. I apologize, that was a long time in there. So here, with my triangle lock, I want to do this. That's what I'm looking to do. It's the same thing with any triangle. With arm triangles, we're always coming here, you know? Or here, yeah? I want to do the same thing. I'm locking here. I bring the top of my foot to the outside of my calf, and it creates this, as opposed to just saying, oh, I need to sit here squarely and then work myself to a tighter triangle. This is not that tight of a triangle. You can take an example of this with, here, stand over me, with a leg entanglement situation, like you know, for example, like here, step over here, like a 50-50. I'm here, and I've got a bit of a triangle here. Stand, put that other foot over here, and stand a little more square. So I've got a triangle, and I could say to myself, well, I want to make it tighter, so I need to lock it tighter. He can still get his leg out of here, because like, obviously, because I'm below the knee, I made my triangle a lot tighter here, but I'm still square. He's going to pull his leg out of here. He's going to work out. Instead, if I'm below the knee, I can pinch. Now, I'm just doing this. Same exact move. That pinch keeps something as small as a leg in there. So that's the concept you want to have with finishing a triangle.